Here we are. Special Christmas edition. Oh, yes. Do you believe? You got to believe if you want to achieve. Gosh darn it, man. We got a lot to talk about on this, Eric.
Yes, we do. All
Hey, man.
smiles over here.
Hey, yeah. I'm on the nice list, man. By the way, I'm wearing my Christmas pajamas here, man. My Homer Simpson. Looks good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
nice.
so. Yeah, nice touch right there, man. All right. So, where do we stand here, Eric?
Week 17.
Mm,
Now, in the past, a few years ago, this would be the final week of the
yes.
NFL season. Since we have this new extra game, we get an extra week of football. So, this is it.
Where we cover six teams in the NFL for one more week, that being the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Niners, the Packers, the Chargers, and our winning streak Steelers.
Look at that.
Yeah. Well, actually, two more weeks. Here we go. Week 17 into week 18. Week 18, there's going to be a lot of games that really don't matter too much, but there'll be a few out there that really have some playoff meaning. So,
Yeah.
and by the way, the Steelers can be one of those teams if things don't go their way.
Things have to go terribly wrong this weekend.
Right. Yes. So, all right, man. So let's go ahead and let's get into it because here it is coming to the end of December football here.
It just flew by.
Yeah.
It flew by. All right, man. Got to get into these records before we get into anything. So, I believe the only game last week that we went different on was the Colts and the Niners.
Right.
You went with Grandpa Rivers
I
and the
did.
Colts. Grandpa Rivers didn't do too bad. Okay, his defense let him down. Because honestly, he actually had a good performance. He was actually tearing up that Niners defense. He was tearing them apart. But the Niners offense put up points. That was really the game that was a decider for the reigning defending undisputed pick six cruiserweight hardcore champ of the world. Did I say Universal in there? I think I left out Universal.
Yeah, I think that one was missed out just a little bit.
I have a record of 52, 29, and 1, while you, Mr. Cholo Trucker, have a record of 47, 34, and 1.
Damn.
So, now let's get into these week 17 picks. We'll start with the Saturday night game between the Packers. They'll be hosting the Ravens at Lambeau Field. The Packers are 9-5 coming off a loss against Chicago on Saturday night. And the Ravens are 7-8 coming off a Sunday night football loss against the New England Patriots. This one means a lot for both teams. I believe if the Packers win this game, they clinch a playoff spot, I believe. And if the Ravens lose this game, they're done.
Right. Yeah. This is a big one. I look in honestly for me, just looking at the picture, I think maybe this is more meaningful for the Packers than the Ravens. I get it for the Ravens. It's kind of like you lose and you're done, but you don't control your own destiny. And I think the Ravens kind of have it in their mind that they're out of it already. Not to say that they're not going to play with heart. I just don't. They're going to need help. They're going to need help. So, this game is in Baltimore?
No, it's at Lambeau.
Yeah, man. I got to go Packers on this one.
Get a little cold.
Yeah.
A little
Well, I mean, look, it gets cold in Baltimore as well. So, but I mean, I think the Packers are playing with much more heart right now. You know, they're I think they see themselves in the playoffs more than the Ravens do. I'm not saying the Ravens are packing it in. I'm not saying that. But it almost just kind of seems like, hey, let's just get the season over with and, we'll regroup and come back next season.
I'm not sure what's up with this Ravens team. I'm not sure what they're looking at, how they're looking at it right now. They're just not playing very good football. That's
Mhm.
just as simple as it is. And it is very disappointing when you have an elite quarterback like Lamar Jackson, when you have an elite running back like Derrick Henry. Very disappointing season for Baltimore. Even with Lamar Jackson being injured, they still had a decent shot at winning this division. They were actually in the lead for a little bit in this division. For the Packers, yeah, they've been playing some pretty good ball. They had the lead against Chicago, and this is something that I want to talk about on the Packers side at least. All they needed to do was recover an onside kick. Bears got the ball back, went down the field, scored a touchdown, tied the game, and then the Packers lost in overtime. That's a little concerning out of Green Bay, okay? Because it looked like they were going to beat Chicago because they were up
Mhm.
by 2 possessions, and then Chicago did kick the field goal, but all they need to do was recover an onside kick. I don't know. The Packers are like notorious for not recovering onside kicks. If you know your football history, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, again, that just so happened to happen in Seattle. So I think Green Bay is the better team. They are a little bit banged up, but the Ravens aren't playing good football, and they haven't been playing good football. So I think this is a game that the Packers will win. If it was in Baltimore, I think I would very, very slightly favor the Ravens again because Green Bay is a little bit banged up. Since it's in Lambeau, I got to go Packers.
Mhm. Yeah, man. That game on Saturday, I think that actually says more about the Bears because I'm pretty high on the Bears in that NFC, man, in that conference. So, but yeah, all that being said, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's up with the Ravens. In my opinion, with the players that they got, they should be better than what they are.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So I got no idea what's going on with them though.
And if the Packers win this game, that means the Pittsburgh Steelers are first in the AFC North, clinch the AFC North with the Ravens loss in this game.
Mm.
So that's something to point out as well. But you know what? I did point out the fact that the Packers blew a lead. So do the Ravens. And they do that a lot too in the fourth quarter. They blew a lot of leads. They had, I believe, an 11-point lead against New England in the fourth quarter. Just vanish. I don't know what's up with this, man. It seems to be something that happens a lot with the Ravens, blowing 2 possession leads in the fourth quarter. Uh, I don't know. This team's a mess, man.
Which is crazy because we're not used to seeing the Ravens like this. We're not. These guys, for the way that the AFC North has been, including the Steelers, I really would have thought that the Ravens would have, been quite a few games ahead of whoever's going to be in second place in that division. But no, man, they've been falling apart. I got no idea, man. They got some elite players and still not coming together.
I'm hearing some buzz from Raven fans saying that they want Harbaugh out. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the game that they had against the Steelers, they did make some questionable play calls, man. Some of the play calling was very questionable, and on the Ravens side, where I was just like, hey, I'll take it, but yeah, I got no idea why the heck they're doing what they're doing right now. It's not going to help them.
Let's see what happens in the
Mm.
offseason for the Ravens, but it's not the offseason yet. All right. The division isn't won or lost. So let's not get too carried away here. All right. So I think we both went Packers on that one.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. You ready to hear this one?
Let's do it.
You got the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm,
This is what's interesting about it. Hosting the New York Giants.
nice.
Both of these teams are 2-13.
All right, man.
This will more than likely determine who gets the number one overall pick in the draft.
Mm.
Raiders are coming off a loss against Houston. Giants are coming off a loss against Minnesota.
By the way, this will determine who gets the number one pick in the draft by losing.
By losing.
Not by winning. Okay, you know what? I talked a lot of smack about the Raiders, and I said I'm not going to waste my time anymore. Due to Saturday games, there wasn't that many games going on for the late games on the West Coast. I got 3 TVs, man, because I live large, man. I live like a boss. So there wasn't many games going on due to Saturday games.
Yeah.
So on Sunday there wasn't much going on. So I said, okay, I'll throw on one of the Raiders and Texans game. I'm gonna tell everybody this. All right. The Raiders tried. I mean, I know kind of making fun of them with the Miz participation trophy. Like, hey, you tried. But you know what? I actually was a little bit impressed. They showed some fight, man. I was a little impressed, you know. I mean, I'll go ahead and give them they tried. They tried, man. I was for what they've been putting out there on that field, Eric, I was actually somewhat impressed.
It's the season of giving, and you're giving kindness towards the Raiders.
I'm giving some kindness because of what they showed. Had they been showing what they've been showing for the rest of the other part of the season, then no, I wouldn't be, you know, 'tis the season to be giving. Like heck no, I'd give them more of a hard time. But they showed some fight. They showed some fight. All that being said,
I know who I'm going with in this game.
Okay, I'm gonna go the opposite that you go because I don't think either way is really that bad of a choice.
So, the team that I think should win, if they're both on the field to win,
Uh-huh.
is the New York Giants. I think they're the better team. Okay. I honestly, I like what I see out of Jackson Dart. I know they haven't been winning games, but they've been keeping practically every game that they're in competitive when Jackson Dart's out there. Okay. I know the whole injury with Scadaboo kind of, that's probably part of the reason why they're on this long losing streak. Yeah, man, I think the Giants are the slightly better team. Again, that's if they're both trying to win.
Okay, I'm with you in the sense that who do I think is the better team? I would say the Giants, not by much, but I would say they're the slightly better team. But I don't think the picking Raiders is that too far off because there's what like 2 games that I can think of. One that was just last week where I was like, okay, they show that they got some fight in them. So if they can show up with that, I think they can take care of the Giants. If they show up with that same type of fight, will they? I don't know. Back to back, showing up like that and playing your hearts out. I probably not gonna happen. But I'll go ahead and I'll go with the Raiders on this.
Okay. Hopefully we get a good game there.
I think we will.
The difference between the Giants and the Raiders is I think the Giants will trade their number one pick for more draft capital. If the Raiders get the number one overall pick, I think they'll keep that pick. That's the
Mhm.
difference.
Okay. Makes sense.
So next we have a Christmas Day matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Cowboys are 6-8-1 coming off a loss against the Chargers. Commanders are 4-11 coming off a loss against the Eagles.
Neither team is going to the playoffs. This is just to try to stick it to a division rival. I had a little bit more high hopes for both of these teams. I really did. The Commanders was my sleeper team in the NFC.
Oof.
Obviously hasn't lived up to it. I thought the Cowboys were going to be a little bit better than what they are. They're not even like really mediocre. They're even a little below that. Where's this game at?
It's at FedEx Field in Washington.
You know what, man? You know what? I'm just gonna go Commanders on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Commanders. The Cowboys offense can really put some points on the board and possibly beat them. But I don't know, man. I got a feeling that the Commanders can get this victory. So I'm going to go with the Washington Redskin Commanders.
Rooting for your sleeper team.
Let's go. Let's go. If you're not going to get to those playoffs, just get this one.
Okay.
Let's get this one.
I'm going to go Dallas. I don't even know why. I just think that they should win this game. That's really it. The Commanders aren't very good, probably because of the injuries. Jaden Daniels being down for most of the season has hurt this team. Okay, and when he's on the field, he's top 5 for NFC quarterbacks. Okay, so I don't know that the Commanders probably will be back next year. It's just not this year. They dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff this season.
Well, no, look, I'm with you. I think the Cowboys are the better team. They got the better weapons, that's for sure. That are out there on the field. Yeah. No, I'm with you, but I knew you were going Cowboys, and I don't think it's too far-fetched that the Commanders could go ahead and steal this one, especially at home.
This is a Christmas Day game, by the way. All right. Sure, it's a morning game. All right. Come on. We can't do better than this, NFL.
Well, I listen to them over there. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. To us, it's morning time, and it makes perfect sense. It's Christmas, Cowboys, Redskin Commanders.
What?
It's just like a chain link, one after the other. It just makes perfect sense.
I think we're getting mixed with the wrong holidays here, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. All right. Hopefully, I'm just hoping for a decent game. All right. I'm not even asking for a good game because I don't think it's going to be a good game. Decent.
Good gosh, bah humbug on you, man. I'm looking forward to. I'll be watching. Let's go.
Both have losing records, man.
Let's go, man.
This game's way better. It got the Chargers on Saturday in the afternoon at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, hosting the Houston Texans. The Texans have a record of 10-5, coming off a win against the Raiders. And the Chargers are, that's not right. I think they're 10-4 or 11-4, coming off a win against Dallas.
Chargers, my sleeper team in the AFC. These Texans, man, have turned it around, and they're becoming that team that I thought they were going to be. This is a very tough pick for me. I want to hear what you got to say.
So the Chargers are are not 100%, and they haven't been 100%. And I think that has been showing on the field. Sure, they have been getting these wins here and there. The Texans are red hot. I mean, sure, they struggled against the Raiders, if you will.
They did.
Outside of that, they've been red hot, and they're on this long winning streak. I favor Houston in this game. That's for sure. Okay, because they turned up at the right time. And the Chargers,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not convinced that the Chargers, not because it's more that they're not 100%. That's my concern with the Chargers. Their roster fully healthy. Yeah, they could definitely compete in the AFC. Just under the circumstances right now, I'm not too sure.
Well, I mean, look, the Broncos are where they're at in the AFC West. Obviously, KC, they're out. Raiders, for dang sure, they've been out. The Chargers, gosh, man, this is a tough one. The Texans are red hot. They are red hot. But I'm gonna go with my sleeper team here. I don't
Look
think
at that.
I don't think that's such of a bad pick. Is it? Am I saying it with pure confidence? No, I'm not. But I think the Chargers are they're a pretty damn good team. I'll tell you, look, every team that's somewhere around this playoff picture, I tell you, man, this conference it's pretty exciting because I'm not even really sure who to favor. Just looking at the whole conference, just the teams that are in the playoff picture, even the ones that are in the hunt, I'm kind of like, ooh, man, they're in the hunt. But if they find a way in, that's another team that could be dangerous. All these teams are dangerous, man. They're all dangerous. I'm going Chargers on Saturday. I was about to say Saturday night. No, Saturday afternoon for the late game.
Okay. I was going to go Houston regardless. I'm expecting a very defensive game. Both teams do have pretty solid defenses, so it's probably going to be a bit of a low-scoring game, but a good defensive game. All right, not one of those games where it's just offenses are just bad. It's more of defenses are playing really good. So that's something that I'm expecting out of this game. I'm not even too sure if a team gets past 20 points.
Okay. All right. So the over-under, in your opinion, will be under 40? If 40 was the over-under total points?
Okay, maybe under 20 is a little too much. Okay, maybe one team gets under 20 or gets over 20. So I guess I would still go under 40.
Under 40. Okay. Okay. All right. I could see that. Where's this game again?
SoFi.
Ooh, no weather to worry about, man. Gosh.
But they don't have AC.
Yeah, I mean it's just open. It's SoFi is pretty crazy. It's covered, but it's open.
I didn't realize that they didn't have any AC until a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So it's this weird thing that it's covered, but you'd still deal with the weather. I don't know about the elements, but at least the temperatures.
Yeah.
So all right. Let's go Chargers.
This is another tough one, man. This is Sunday Night Football. You got the 49ers hosting the Chicago Bears. Niners are 11-4 coming off a win against the Colts. Bears are also 11-4 coming off a win against Green Bay. Both teams coming off of primetime victories. And this is huge for both teams. This could determine which one of these teams gets the first seed.
That is one thing that is crazy to me because right now that's still up for grabs and there's quite a few teams. I think the AFC is more dangerous as a when I'm talking about all the teams that are in the playoff picture, right? But when it comes to the NFC, just like that top seed spot is so open for quite a few teams. Okay, so Niners, look, I know they like beating up on old people. It's like they have no dignity. You know what I mean? So they go over there and they beat up on a grandpa, literally a grandpa.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Bears on this, man.
Surprise.
And look, but see, here's the thing though. In my opinion, the Bears are the best team in the NFC. That's it. That's in my opinion, man.
Okay.
If once we hit those playoffs, okay, it's a one and done. There is no best out of this, best out of 3, 5, 7. Give me the Bears. So right now, this is somewhat of a playoff game to both of these teams. I'm taking the Bears. This is in where?
Santa Clara.
God, it should be great if it was at Soldier Field, man. Oh, it'd be great. I'm going Bears, man. I'm really going Bears on this. Let's go.
But it's not at Soldier Field.
Hmm.
And that's what's going to make the difference. If it was in Soldier Field, best believe I'm picking the Bears.
Okay.
Since it's at Levi Stadium, I don't know. It could go either way. You know, the Bears could possibly be the best team in the NFC. I don't favor them to go to the Super Bowl, though. Okay, we're talking playoff football, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick. I really don't. Because Chicago's showing a lot of flashes. They have a really good head coach. Then you got the Niners. Didn't look that good against the Colts. Okay. Grandpa Rivers did his thing. 49ers defense struggled for the majority of the game. However, their offense has been starting to pick up. I guess I'll go Niners. I'm not confident in that pick whatsoever.
Well, I mean, the Niners did put 40 plus points on the board. So, I mean, you know, their offense is doing some good work.
Their defense is going to have to keep the Bears offense at bay for the most part. They can't let them do anything too crazy. Although the Packers defense did well against the Bears offense too for the majority of that game. So if the Niners can do something close to that, they'll win the game.
Okay. Well, let's go, baby. Let's go, Bears.
And that's a Sunday Night Football game because we've gotten some Sunday Night Football games this season that shouldn't have been Sunday Night Football games. This is a good Sunday Night Football.
Yes, agreed.
All right, it's time to talk about it.
All right.
You got the Pittsburgh Steelers walking into Cleveland to play the Browns. Steelers are 9-6 coming off a win against Detroit, a big win against Detroit, up in their win streak to 3.
That's right.
And the Browns are 3-12 coming off a loss against Buffalo. How we feel?
Okay. I am starting to believe, man. I am starting to believe this team has turned it around at the right time. I'm talking about the Steelers here. They've turned it around at the right time. They're playing some pretty damn good football. They're showing a lot of fight, a lot of fire. Mike Tomlin himself, he doesn't look tired. He doesn't look exhausted. He doesn't look disinterested. He looks like he wants to take it all the way. Rodgers, same thing, man. I see more fire in this guy. Just the whole team, they're starting to gel together and they're playing some pretty damn good football. Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, Kenny G, man, that is quite the 1-2 punch right there. Those two guys are just pretty much the whole offense. Those two guys can do it. And by the way, By the way, you could use those guys as receivers, especially somebody like Kenny G. He's got some pretty good hands to catch the ball. So I'm like, you know what? Heck, you just keep doing that. He's not the tallest guy out there. I don't know how many routes you could really, make up for him because he's not that tall of a dude. But that one catch, he falls to the ground along with the defender. It hits his forearm, and he still gets it without touching. I was wondering if his foot touched the defender, but no, he gets back up, gets into the end zone. That was, I would say, probably the craziest catch I think I've ever seen. There was no.
It's up there.
It's got to be up there. It's definitely up there. Had not all this other stuff happened in the game, I think more people would be shining a light on that catch. But there was a lot of things that happened afterwards, and that game, man, Steelers and Lions was so mentally exhausting to me. I swear, man, I was like, good gosh, I need to take a nap, man. I'm like exhausted. I had like a headache afterwards. But it was so fun. It was so fun. Even the refs were stars. It was crazy because the flags that were thrown, I didn't really see any BS flags. Like all the flags were pretty legit. And I know people are complaining about it, but looking at it, it's like, yeah, I mean, the flags were legit. I can't say like, come on, why are you throwing a flag on that? Kind of, let the boys play. No, the flags were pretty legit. And that kind of went on both sides. I mean, you got tripping, which was a horrible. I was just like, good gosh, come on. That was way out there, man. But that last drive by the Lions, you got to give them some props. I heard Jim Nantz, who was doing the reporting on the sideline. I think it was Tracy Wolf. I may be wrong, but she was saying that the Steelers defense was getting some oxygen because they needed to rest, because they were so exhausted. They wanted the Steelers offense to stay out there for a while because this game was so hard fought, man. It was so hard fought. I was just, gosh, it was so good. It was so good. I think that's got to be, that's going to go down as one of the great games in Steeler history.
Regular season or
regular
just
season.
general?
Regular season.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It was a fun watch. And for those that are saying that the refs bailed out the Steelers, I'll say this. Not in that game. If you want to say against the Ravens a few weeks ago, maybe you're right. In this game, no. Not at all. They were the right calls. And honestly, no. The last play was a wrong call. Not the penalty, but the fact that they called it a touchdown. That shouldn't have been a touchdown to begin with. That should have been forward progress, and the play should have been blown dead before he tossed it out to Jared Goff. That's my honest take there. Okay?
You had two defenders on him, pushing him back, wrapped around. They wrapped them up, and they're running backwards away from the goal line.
It was for a while too.
That should have been whistles blown, forward progress, game over. But he throws a lateral while that's happening, and Goff gets in there. But even with all that, that really was PI. He pushed off. Yes, he completely pushed off, which made him open. That's why he was open. Because he completely pushed off extending his arm. So, yeah, I got no problem with that. And by the way, that was the second offensive pass interference because there was another one on the other side of the end zone where I thought the game was over, which there was still, I think, like 22 seconds left on the clock. So technically it wasn't over. But I was just kind of like, wow, I think that's going to end it. By the way, had it gone down that way, just think of what would have happened to Chris Boswell because he missed a field goal
Yeah.
that would have made it an 8-point game right there. So even with the touchdown, they would have still had to convert a 2-point conversion. So Boswell, I mean, think of the heat that would have came down on him. It's like it wasn't like you had a kick a 55, 60 plus yard field goal. I forgot how long that was, but it was for him, for any uh field goal kicker, that's kind of a gimme. I don't know. It must have been a 30-yarder or something. It wasn't far at all. I forgot what the yardage was, and it just bounced right off the I was let the goalpost, and I'm like, whoa, this changes the game. This changes the game now because now it's just a 5-point game. I think about that. That would have been crazy right there.
And it would have been completely undeserving
Right.
because
Yes.
he's the reason why the Steelers have been winning football games. So
Yes.
if that were to have happened and he would have got bashed, that's just completely unnecessary. It's one miss, okay? You can't have a perfect season as a kicker. Sometimes that happens. I think the only other missed field goal he had was like from, was it 60 plus or something like that? I don't even remember because he doesn't miss very often.
Mhm.
All right, but the game went down the way it did. Honestly, I thought that's when the game was gonna turn. Personally, I'm like, damn, he just missed that field goal in an indoor stadium too.
Mhm. Right. Yeah.
That makes it even more crazy. That's when I thought the tide was going to turn. Steelers defense held up, and now we got this game between the Browns. Okay, this I'm not completely confident about this game for one reason or another. Part of it is because they haven't won a game in Cleveland since 2021.
Mhm.
The Browns aren't a very good football team. They have been playing a little bit better since Shador Sanders has been the quarterback. And I do think there's room for Shador Sanders to be in the league. He's been playing good enough to be given a chance. Okay. If it's not by the Browns should trade him. Even if the Ravens lose on Saturday night, I still want to see the Steelers win this game.
Yeah, so do I. There's a such thing as over resting. You definitely, I would say, play this game as hard as you can to get the victory, and then take week 18 off. Um, you don't want to over rest and go into playoff weekend cold. So I want to mention this as well because I thought this was pretty huge. It kind of got swept under the rug because it didn't really make much of a difference, but it could have. And I heard Tony Romo say this too, and that was before Chris Boswell was going to kick that field goal, and he ended up missing it. When it was third down, they're trying to get as much time off the clock. They still had not reached the 2-minute warning. Aaron Rodgers scrambles and sees that he's going to get sacked, and he throws it away. And I was thinking to myself, why did you throw it away? Just run forward as much as you can. You know you're going to go down, so just run forward as much as you can and slide. Even if you just get 3 yards, yeah, technically you're losing some yards from the line of scrimmage, but you will take it down to the 2-minute warning. But he threw it away and it stopped the clock at like, I forgot, 2:10, 2:11 or something like that. I thought that was, I hope they pointed that out to him, especially from a veteran, to say, like, hey, listen, man, right now we can use the clock in our advantage. And you throwing it away is not helping us, it's actually helping them. Just go down. You don't have to take the sack, just slide. You don't have to wait till one of these guys pummels you to the ground. Just run forward and just slide, and then Chris Boswell will do his thing. So I get it. It didn't turn out to be a big story because it didn't really matter anyway, but it can in the future. So I hope he's worried about, more aware about that now.
Let's hope we don't have to worry about that in this game. All
I
right.
look.
Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point.
This is going to be in Cleveland. Look, do I feel good where how the Steelers are playing? Yes, but being a Steeler fan, man, it's tough to just say, look, should they win? Yes, they should win. They should definitely win this game. Will they? I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna pick my Steelers on this one. They should be able to win this game, but yeah, I mean, it's something they're playing against a division rival. The Browns absolutely hate the Steelers more than any team, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as easy as it should be, at least on paper.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a super ugly win. If it's a close game, it's a close game. It is what it is. It's a divisional matchup. Okay. And again, you haven't won in the dog pound since 2021. So as long as it's not a super ugly win, I'm okay with it, man. Then you get to have that luxury of resting your starters at week 18 because they need that rest. That the last time they had rest was in week 5.
Right.
That's a long time, especially with the older roster that this team has, which is worth noting as well. So all the vets, they could use a week off. You can't have that if you don't win this game. Okay, sure. Yes, the game with the Packers and the Ravens. But I'd feel a lot better if they just win this game, regardless of the outcome on Saturday night. That's really all I have to say. This is a game that they should win, and this is a game that I think they will win.
Yeah, well, regardless of what happens Saturday night, we know DK Metcalf is going to have some rest. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the whole DK situation? I really wasn't going to bring it up because there's not really much for me to say other than the fact that it's not a great look. You know what I mean?
Look, maybe he's a big fan of Ron Artest. Maybe he grew up watching Meta World Peace.
Yeah,
man. So I'm like, okay. Look, I don't know this to be true, but I did hear it that this in particular fan, he singles out DK Metcalf. So I guess he has a history with them. He singles him out for whatever reason that I don't know, but I'm just saying what I heard. This could be all a lie. I got no idea, but I heard that he goes after DK Metcalf. I don't know, at different stadiums or whatever it may be. I don't know. This guy travels and just singles out DK Metcalf. And I mean, in a way, I think it's kind of cool, but yeah, I mean, you can't do that, man. I don't know if there's going to be any legal charges.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, I get fans, talking smack and stuff like that, but there's like a certain line, that you don't cross as a fan either, or just in general, not even as a fan, just in general, there's a certain line. I have no idea the history between these two. Okay, so I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words with this one, man. There's not really much else to say about it, other than from an organization standpoint, it isn't the greatest look. Okay, especially when you're paying the guy like big bucks.
Well, he's gonna get some rest. He's gonna get some rest. So I mean, he'll be good to go for the playoffs. And by the way, it's not a guarantee. Oh, by the way, I do want to bring up, we did it. We did it, man. What is it? 22 seasons now? We did it. We're champs. I mean, we should have some sort of celebration here. It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Congratulations.
I don't know what we should do. We should have a parade right here, man. Right here, going down the strip.
This is my okay. That's my concern, though. Now that they got their 9th win, because last season, right,
Mm,
they got 10 wins and they never won again. Are
mm.
we going to see that again this season? Because even if they clinch the division without winning the rest of the season, that's concerning. All right. Does that make the team complacent? Because last season it kind of felt like they were complacent the moment they got their 10th win. Is that the case this year?
I don't know. We shall see. But as it stands right now, to everybody, Steelers stand alone in having consecutive non-losing seasons. 22. 22. Unlike you others. We stand alone and can't nobody touch us. We're champs, baby. I love it.
Oh my
This is
God.
great, man. This is great. Are you not feeling that fire now, Eric? I mean, come on, man.
No.
It's you know what? It's not a race, it's a marathon. It's a marathon, and we won. We won.
I think we have two different views on it because you've seen the Steelers win the Super Bowl. I haven't. So I'm
Mm.
just more like, this is meaningless.
I,
You know what I mean?
look. But see, here's the thing. Every year, somebody wins the Super Bowl. Every year. But this right here, nobody's ever done. Nobody's ever done. We stand alone, man. We stand alone. Go win your little Vince Lombardi thing that everybody wins every single year. But this is untouchable.
It took 2 decades and some change.
Nobody will ever do it again. Nobody will ever do it again. We don't have any Cody crybabies here to ruin it. I get nobody understands what I'm talking about. It's good because I've seen that broken before. But this right here, this is mine, man. And ain't nobody taking it away. I'm celebrating tonight, baby. Me and Homer Simpson right here. Let's go. Let's go, man. And all Steeler Nation, I'm sure Steeler Nation's with me on this one.
The entire Steeler Nation.
I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. I care about what people care about.
Mm.
So, all right, man. So, Eric, just to wrap it up, what are our picks for
Week
week
17?
17?
Packers versus Ravens. We both went Green Bay.
Right. Yeah.
Raiders versus Giants. You went with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going with the New York Football Giants. This could go either way. It's probably going to be a terrible matchup. It's either going to be a terrible matchup or a very good matchup. No in between. So
either way,
I'm
taking a gamble. You get it? Las Vegas.
Vegas gamble. I got you.
Pretty good, right?
I got you. Not bad.
Yeah, I tried on that one.
And for one of the Christmas games, Cowboys at Commanders, you went with the Commanders. I'm going with the Cowboys. It really doesn't even matter who wins this game. This game is completely meaningless for both teams. And we're getting that on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Just so you know.
It fits perfectly Christmas. Cowboys, Redskin Commanders, Christmas.
All right. Now we got the Chargers versus the Texans. I'm going with Houston. You're going with the Chargers, the home team in this
home team. My team that I put just a little bit in faith, man, and they've been coming through.
Yeah. Expect a good defensive game on that one. Then the Sunday Night Football game between the Niners and the Bears. You went with Chicago. I'm going with the Niners that game. Either way, you can flip a coin. That's really it.
Bears, best team in the NFC.
Oof.
Mhm.
Steelers at the Browns. We both went with the Steelers to clinch the AFC North.
Those Browns are gonna get a punch right to the mascara, man. You know, they're just I mean, that's what's gonna happen. Just like DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? He's setting the standard, man. He's setting the standard. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's get this victory, regardless of what happens on Saturday. Get the victory. Rest the boys. Get them geared up for playoffs.
For a home playoff game.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
we
Yes.
got it like that. Because we the
Gosh,
ones.
we the ones,
Because we the
man.
ones.
We the ones. Think of the teams out of the Browns, the Bengals, the Ravens. We the ones, man.
The
We are-
Chargers, even though they have a better record than us, the Texans, even though they have a better record than us,
right.
all down here in second place.
Yeah, even some of those teams that are in the hunt that might miss the playoffs that have a better record than Steelers, we're still the ones, baby. We're still up there. And why? Because we stand alone consecutive seasons without a losing record. No other team, not one other team can say they got that except for this team right here. Okay, except for this guy and the rest of Steeler Nation, which they are all just as proud. I'm a voice of the people. I'm a voice of the people. They are all as excited as I'm making it sound to be because I'm a voice of the people. They speak through me. So
Right.
we stand alone, man. We stand alone. We're champs. I feel it, man. I'm gonna go celebrate right now. I'm gonna go celebrate.
Wow.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Well, that's going to do it for this one, man. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody has a very good Christmas. And I'll be live for the Steeler game on Sunday morning.
And Saturday will determine how important Sunday morning's game is, but they still got to go out there and play. And in my opinion, they still got to play to win.
Yeah.
So, all right. Merry Christmas from us to you. Hope you're on the nice list and not the naughty list. We'll leave that up to DK Metcalf. But it doesn't matter because the year will be almost over and he'll be back on the nice list out there on the field. So, Eric, go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
Number one, man. Number one. 22 seasons. 22 seasons. Damn, man. I'm ready to go celebrate.